This might be the stupidest thing we've ever done. Fuck off, I'm done. Oh! Big die! But maybe the best thing we've ever done. This is maybe the most scientific, evidence-based episode we will ever produce on this channel.
Here comes chaos.
So I need you as the audience to lock the fuck in. The TB42 in this GQ behind us is rooted. It's run on dual fuel for its entire life. There's no piston rings. It knocks on startup. It needs to go in the fucking bin.
Get some help.
But before it goes in the bin, we figured, as all TB42s should be treated, limiter, dirty fuel, and if it holds on for long enough, I think in the name of science, we start dropping oil out the bottom.
Well, I'm gonna key bang the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
So let's fucking go.
This episode is all about destroying our perfectly good engine for science and seeing if you do actually need to run oil in your engine or if it's all a myth. How are we gonna make this work? Well, a month or two ago, we took the fuel tank out of this car thinking we needed to take it out to fit the suspension. I was actually really wrong. So it hasn't run for a while. To get it running, because it's a high performance engine and this is peak performance on this channel, we're using a Walbro 460.
Technologia. The
same pump that's powering the 1000 horsepower 80 is now gonna send this fucking TB42 into the stratosphere of oblivion. Basically, what we're gonna do is drop this that Alec just MacGyvered together into this makeshift dirty fuel tank like that. You then put a little bit of 12 volt yum yum here. That is then gonna fuel line into the car. 12 volt to the battery because that's dropped the cell and has been flat for like 6 months. And then in theory, it should start and run for hopefully a short amount of time until it detonates. This is probably the most cracked out thing we've done in a while, but we've taken our precautions, haven't we, Maxi Boo?
We've built engines, performance engines. Now we're gonna kill a performance engine.
You can only, so the month that I was born, back in 97, Diana died. And the way I picture it is that one angel has to leave this planet for another to be born. Now, for the TD to run, we have to take another performance engine out of this world. And unfortunately, the axe has fallen through the guillotine of life. And this TB, tuberculosis 42, is on the chopping block. That's not to say we're gonna go full cracktivities and not have safety. We have this. This is a high performance flame stopper and is designed for fires. So that should help in case of this exploding into a fiery ball of death. Kills everyone except the cameraman. Andy, your job is to keep filming but put the fire out. We've borrowed a battery because the one that was in there was cooked as hell. We've done a test run and our custom fuel system, high performance fuel system, 460 litre per hour fuel system was working adequately.
Technologia.
So we're just going to do a couple of basic service essentials now, just check that it's got oil and water, not that it really matters because it's about to get sent to the moon, but that's actually immaculate oil if it was a diesel because it's so black. Weird that it's a petrol and it's that colour. Any coolant, buddy?
Not visibly, but I'm sure there is.
Perfect. Rough game plan. Start it, limiter, cold, let it eat. If it survives longer than, let's say, 5 minutes, we start dropping oil out the bottom until it we enter phase 2. The end goal of this is if it gets to a point where it's still on limiter with no oil, we'll start filling it up with water. Because I believe that the oil industry doesn't want you to know this. You could just use seawater as lubricant for your engine. Everyone pick something to hide behind, and I guess we'll start it shortly.
Right, Alec.
Update on our science experiment. As you can see, a little bit smoggy in here. There's a distinct lack of piston ring because this thing ran on gas most of its life. We've since drained all the oil because we don't think it needs it. Apparently TBs love it. And we're taking bets on how long it's gonna last now. Max says 5 minutes. Kaido said 45 seconds. What do we think?
I reckon a minute and a half.
Minute and a half?
Yeah,
2.5. I think I'm getting dizzy, but I think I'm less optimistic. I say sub 30 seconds and this thing's gonna have its fucking guts out and its skirt up. Quick health check. That's metal shavings, no good. Bits of bearing on the magnet. Well, I don't know what else this would be.
2 minutes.
And you're good. Oh! All right, let it eat. That's just welded all the bearings to the crank, to the piston, to the... Yeah. 58 seconds with no oil, surprisingly. Needless to say, the results of this test, inconclusive. We'll let it cool down, let my eyeballs sweat, and we'll go again and see what happens. If it'll go again.
It'll go again.
It'll go again.
The oil pressure light never came.
Oh, it should still be good then. All right, we're gonna charge up the battery because when you've got a completely seized 4.2 litre 6-banger, turns out you need a bit of cranking amp to get that dog going once it's welded itself stationary. In every man's dying hour, in every man's last breath, they deserve one thing. Maybe it's one last kiss from their love, maybe it's a hug from their child, maybe it's a cold frothy on the deathbed. I'm not one to judge. It's only fair that if we are gonna give this thing one more crack at life, and it holds on that last second, it gets what it really truly wanted. And that is a cold beer. So hopefully that helps cool it down too. Last hurrah, we don't know if it's gonna go again. We've given it a second to cool down. We've put the battery on charge so it has maximum crankage. It's got a beer down its guts. It should, in theory, if this was a bloke, it'd kick on to afters, you know what I mean? But I don't know if the TB is gonna do it. We'll see. Fuel pump's going? That sound was a definitive "F off, I'm done." That was if you ever try to start me again, I will hurt you back.
I knew it would go again.
She had the legs. That would get you home. That would get you. That was the Tui. Is that extra? Oh. Oh, heavens above. Oh, goodness gracious me.
Sweet Lord, baby.
Oh, my good heavens. Max, I know.
Oh my God, Max, smell that.
Could you plug the Haltech in and see what the f we've done?
That's a horrible smell.
What?
Damn, scan the
Grab the SP Tool scan gauge. It'll tell us. Most importantly, did we have an oil light?
Yeah, we did this time, yeah.
That is unheard of.
Well, that's pretty top tier.
Max, that's going to be the hottest little... Any good? Or... Well, it can't do a head gasket more than once, so we may as well let it eat. I don't know if it was the Tuis or the complete lack of oil, but what you'd never want to see in the underside of your oil cap is milky residue, because 99% of the time it means daddy's done a head gasket. No good. Maybe it was the Tuis, I don't know. I can't believe this engine, what a good thing. She'll go again. Yeah, let's put the battery charger on. Another beer perhaps. Alec, I've just made a grave discovery. I drained the coolant out of this like a month ago, and I don't think it's had coolant in it since.
Oh, dude, if we put some coolant back in this, it's going to run for longer than 38.
Should we give it a final chance at life and put some coolant in it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Here's a little hack they won't teach you at trade school, though. For starters, it's how to get this car open. They want you to put it in the radiator.
Oh, no. God, no. No.
Coolant needs to work
Straight
best.
to the source.
Yeah, and if you pour it carefully enough, you don't need a funnel.
Bruh.
That's about half a litre.
Nah, a bit more.
4.2, so what does that mean? You carry the 7 divided by 9? That it 8 or?
Definitely pour it. Yeah, woo. Yeah, perfect.
What? Yeah, perfect. That should do. You might have to give it some throt to get it going. Oh, no! Nah. That's sick. That sounds like every LS I've ever heard. Why won't you die? Oh, now she's knocking, baby. It's so good. It got better that time round.
Yeah.
What the f? Oh, it smells proper f now.
Oh yeah. It smelled proper before.
That's not beer anymore. That's
The 5 litres of water.
finally
That's literally what kept this car running for the
Yeah.
last 77.
Yeah. What a beautiful beast.
Why won't it die? That is the age-old question.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think this almost concludes our testing, Max. Are we saying
Oil industry is a myth.
the oil industry is fake news, guys? You've seen it here firsthand. Tonight it's run longer without oil than it did when we had oil in
ran
it.
better at one point.
At one point it fixed it.
It still runs mid.
Yeah. So we've done full oil. It ran kind of okay. No oil, no good. Beer and water seem to be the
And
best.
a little spray of what would you put in?
Oh,
Degreaser.
degreaser.
Oh,
So it's cleaning the bores as it lubricates. Yeah. Interesting. So guys, you can make of this information what you will. I'm not going to go out there and say you should all run your high performance TB engines with no oil, but if you want them to run that good, you can.
I mean,
Yeah.
The proof's in the pudding.
there is
Hey.
distributors out there selling these bottles of oil for $85.
Yeah.
You just saw what you can achieve for
Yeah.
about 37 cents.
Pen right,
So-
maybe pen wrong. I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge, but that just about wraps it up. You can't kill a TV. Max wants us gone because it's very fumey in here, and I don't blame him. Anyway, make sure you like and
can't see.
subscribe, and we'll see you next Thursday. Bye! What a fucking good thing.
Why won't it die?